Last week, one of nearly 300,000 Chinese students in America who could now have their visa canceled.
I think many of the Chinese students here, they make a meaningful and profound contribution to the research and scientific studies here in the U.S.
President Trump suggested yesterday that he will not ban all Chinese students.
We want them to be checked.
The reality is U.S. law enforcement has already been conducting heightened screening of Chinese students for years because it believes the Chinese government uses some as untrained spies. All Chinese citizens are obligated under China's 2017 national intelligence law to cooperate with intel collection. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he'll restrict study in so-called critical fields. U.S. intel has identified biotech, AI, semiconductors, and other technology as China's top priorities.
Really?
Former Biden administration Homeland Security official and CBS contributor Samantha Vinograd told us the U.S. already keeps a classified list of subjects deemed too sensitive for Chinese to study.
How many of them are actually of concern? What the FBI and other law enforcement and intelligence agencies do is really try to prioritize who's actually sending or trying to send the most sensitive information back to the Chinese government. It is a relatively small subset of students.
The U.S. government may also revoke visas for students connected to the Chinese Communist Party, but hasn't indicated how it defines those ties. At Wesleyan, Chinese nationals make up the majority of foreign students. President Michael Roth.
There is a real problem of espionage, not just with China, with other countries, and that's an old problem. But I think they're using that real problem as a vehicle for trying to impose their will on a sector that they don't like right now.
Margaret, President Roth is talking there about the administration's effort to influence the ideological makeup of schools. But I want to know on these Chinese students, what is the larger economic impact of the shrinking number of Chinese students?
Well, John, many of China's elite pay full tuition to study in America's top schools. Overall, the Commerce Department says foreign students contribute around $50 billion a year to the U.S. economy. So we know Chinese nationals make up roughly a quarter of all those students, and you can get an idea there of how valuable they are to universities' bottom line. President Xi Jinping's own daughter graduated from Harvard. She still lives here, and yesterday he discussed the potential visa restrictions with President Trump.
Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan. Thanks a lot, Margaret.
Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, Lonnie Quinn on severe weather for the weekend in the South.
And we will have these stories.